Hey, what's up, Beardbrand fam? Bob the Barber here, and I got my boy Abraham in the chair, and we're gonna fix him up. Not even phased. didn't flinch on that one. That's because I like the way Chris smells. What do you got going on? What are your hopes and dreams? What do you feel like doing with this stuff, man?
I was kind of want to go fresh, something
Really?
new, yes.
Do you want to throw a dart at the cut roulette poster?
What is that?
Oh no! Well, let me tell you.
I don't want a bad cut though.
If you haven't tuned into Cut Roulette, this is where you click onto the other Cut Roulette videos. You throw a dart at the poster, wherever it lands, that's a cut you get. If you miss, then the whole shop. If you miss on the first one, you get to throw with your weak hand, and if you miss on that one, then the shop decides what haircut you're getting. Let's get you undraped.
All right.
I got all the time in the world.
You're taking off the cape, it still looks the same.
Yeah. Let's do the after spin now. Come on over, man. We got classic side parts, nice and wavy, some taper fades. We got like the blown out low drop fade, some waves. So you've got enough hair to do kind of any of these.
Yeah, I kind of like the first one, but...
That Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
Classic Peaky Blinders. Let's do it. Do you want to see what you would have gotten? Let's just do a dart throw just to see. Don't stab anybody. Don't hit the... I'm just curious. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah, let's just give it the Peaky Blinders. Let's keep this safe for everybody involved. So, you said that you've been chopping your own sides. How's that going?
That's been going good. I've also been doing like my brother's too, so.
More importantly, how's your brother doing? Like, yeah, doing your sideburn doesn't count. You're not
pretty good.
A barber.
Well, he's in school, so, he's pretty young, so nobody would care.
Everybody will care. What are you talking about? It's haircuts, man. It's the first thing people see.
Nobody that young. He's about to go to middle school.
I do know that your pops used to cut some bad boy hair, and has he had to like step in and save you at all?
Once or twice. Once or twice.
See, I don't have that option here. I would ask Chris, but he's too busy, and I would never ask Jesse. So, did you ever style it like Lord Farquaad?
No, I actually haven't.
Bam! So right now we're just debulking, getting a lot of this length out of the way so that we can give it a proper, precise cut. And what I'm doing is, seeing where that hair lands, kind of just above his eyebrow, kind of in like the picture. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point the rest of my shear work up towards where it blends in with the head. If I were just to do it straight across like this, it would give him a bowl cut. Definitely not going for that. So, how long were you rocking that man bun?
I don't know, for quite a while. I forgot when I came up with that project with you. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it turned into a man bun and then you just kept on rocking it that way.
I think the reason why is because it just started getting so long, and then like in the car rides, I'll have like the windows down. So all the hair would like be all in my face. So that's the reason I put it like in the bun.
Where were you riding in like a car like that, man? You like head out the window like a dog or something?
Just Austin.
Get those windows cranked with the jams. Go get some barbecue. Now, we didn't talk about how short you want to go on the sides. In the show, I think they go down to a 0 essentially, as short as they can go, and they go straight up. And that picture that we're looking at is it a little bit grown out. So, do you want to go hella short and let it grow out, or more reminiscent of the actual picture?
Well, yeah, I kind of was gonna say that I wanted to go short on the sides. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So like a 0 skin, like straight up, or you want to do like something like a half? That's kind of like in between that picture and then just a skin fade, which you're familiar with.
I think honestly maybe with the skin.
All right. If I were to just find his most natural part, what I'm doing is I'm pushing his hair forward, and this little spot right here where it separates naturally, if I were to just give him a regular old haircut, that would be his like side part. For this haircut, because that hair, we need some more to kind of cover a bit more of the top of the head, I'll take that natural part and I'll just lower it even more. I'm doing a number 2 just because I want to leave it a little bit ledge. I know that in the movie, in that style, they just take the 0 straight up, and wherever it comes off of the head, that's where it stops. I got a lot of problem with that. It's tough for me to commit. So I usually start with a little bit more. So I oiled these bad boys and everything, bro, and you're making them a 2-speed.
I told you a long time ago that you should have charged me by the pound.
It'll be the most expensive haircut of your life. So when you were cutting your brother's hair, when you're cutting your own hair, anything that you learned from stuff that I've taught you, or like the hard way?
Using, I guess, the edge of the clippers.
Like here on the side?
Yeah, to fade it better.
Yeah, it gives you that extra little bit of finesse, a little bit of extra blending power. That's the next layer of bulk out the way. All right, you going skin?
Yeah.
So in a lot of other cuts, I'd be much more gentle on how high I took this clipper, on how I set up the guide to blend it, but I'm literally letting those teeth just ride straight up the side. So back then, in the early aughts, that's like the early zeros in the 1900s, they had very few barbering instruments. They had shears, they had razors, and if they did have clippers, they were hand powered. They were those kinds of guys that you just like.
Oh, I think
they didn't have any like ability to blend, not as easily at least. So it was all blade and no fade. On top right now, if I had to, let me get the trash real quick. Now I took up a good 4 and change, and right now.
Is 4 inches a lot? 4 inches a lot? Is it?
It's not enough, no.
4 inches is a lot, right?
Yeah, that's what your lady and your barber said, yeah. If your barber and lady say that, then it's true. She got here right now, I'm gonna guess like 6 inches. Damn it, 7.
I don't know, I wouldn't even go as far as say 3 inches is a pretty easy.
There's some pieces in there like 6 inches. So, yeah, we cut off a good, you probably had 10 inches from the front to like all the way to the back. So that's a good run, man. So this is not, I know people will be like, well, that's not skin. We're not doing a razor fade. We're not even doing like a trimmer 0. We're doing a classic 0 on an adjustable clipper. So you will see a little bit of stubble. After having that much hair that long, I just aesthetically wouldn't want to see that much white on his head, straight to like super dark hair. That's just me. I will take the very, very bottom of the haircut down to skin and blend that out, but very, very minimally, because I think we're getting a Thomas Shelby. His name is Thomas Shelby, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm just I'm blending in ever so slightly that little transition. Still trying to go 90 degrees up. But yeah, just open up the clipper to its full extension, which is about a half. I'm just taking the trimmer now, and we're just buffing out that very bottom perimeter, just to clean it up ever so slightly. Like I said, not giving them a low fade or even a taper fade, just like that natural hairline.
The news is official now, man. So you got the end of quarter 1, and then quarter 2 is when they'll sell out. That's not going to be restocked anymore. Wait. Was that dude's name Adam? Andrew. Was it? Andrew. Okay. His kid, you booked this kid with you, Bob, on
If you look right there, if I pull the hair You can see like there's a couple of little straggler guys, but for the most part, the hair starts to bounce back right about there. That's my guide. So anything that's above that gets chopped. My fingers are following the shape of his head, so I can just cut up to that guide right there. So this should fall nicely onto this plane, and as we work down, we'll get rid of this bulk right here. At least this stuff right here is gonna have enough length to lay down. It's not gonna be, I'm not chopping it into cutting off his cowlick or following the back of his head. It should stay nice and snug, but not completely disappear. So instead of doing a nice rounded cut, I want there to be a little bit of weight at the bottom. So now I'm just bringing everything to this new guide. And I started from the middle of the head so that I can match up on the other side. Because if I'm pulling this hair way over here, it's gonna throw my game plan off a little bit.
It's like a meditation retreat. Okay. And that'll be like it's like between Palm Springs and LA. It was every week for like 3 months, and then. How long has Bob been cutting your hair for?
Crazy question. I would say about like 8 years, something like that, right?
Yeah, you were a nene, man. That's why I call you AB baby, because like literally you were a baby when I used to cut your hair. Yeah, you're already out of high school and you're a big boy now. So I expect you to tip me well, but shit.
I thought I was doing this video for free.
Have you ever tried to grow a mustache or a beard?
Well, I just shaved my mustache, but yeah.
So your pops and your uncle, they can grow some beards, they can grow some proper mustaches, right?
Well, they said that they grew it later on, so.
Oh, so you're still
I think I'm just waiting, yeah. Just playing the patience game.
So I'm not going for like a dynamic texture look, with the point cut, looking for like those 45 degrees with the hairbrush forward. I'm really just trying to get rid of some of the weight. I'll be pretty aggressive with my blending shears, pretty low into the hair. And what I'm gonna do is try to let the top hair. So I have the panel kind of at a 45 degree this way, and from here on out, I'm gonna try to focus on these hairs that are at the bottom and let the top ones be a little bit longer to push it down. I do that by kind of spin the shear, like fan it out. I do a few more cuts towards the bottom of the strand and not so many at the top. As I transition to this like back portion, like this side, instead of doing that fanning movement, I'm going to chop it once, chop it twice, and chop it 3 at the bottom. Because I want this bottom hair to be the lightest. I want this top portion of the hair to be a bit heavier to push down those little guys. Now, just for shits and giggles, just to add a little bit more fun to the front, we'll cut some bigger chunks. One thing I'm noticing is that even though we lowered that part to give you a little bit of length, it doesn't mean anything with your thick ass hair. So I think we're gonna put that part back in its natural spot and we're just gonna mow this shit down from here. I would have to be freehanding it, and I'm running out of blade to like set up against the side of his head. So yeah, big flat top comb like this leaves me plenty of real estate to just go straight up with it. Wait, are you chopping off your hair because of your girlfriend?
No.
Just checking. I'm just coming up under some of this hair and I'm twisting it just to expose it so I can chop it a little bit easier. Just twist the comb ever so slightly, just to kind of hold that hair in place. How many times have we done the Peaky Blinder haircut on the channel?
I don't think we've done an American version of it. Carlos did a Peaky Blinders like 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Really? Oh, that Carlos. I'm sure he made it look even better than Killian Murphy. Thomas Shelby. Bonus points to anybody who can name all the brothers. Does it center part? Is that what happens in his hair? Does it center part like, and it just kind of like goes off to the side?
I think it's all slicked back. Put the hat on, and whenever you take the hat off, whatever it looks like.
Hey, let me hat real quick. Yeah, I'm trying my best just to not do a super refined, like blurry ass fade. It's not that I do those anyway, according to my YouTube fans. Yeah, just really trying to kind of go with that old school mentality of just all blade and no fade. Straight to the sides, and then when it stops cutting hair, that's when the fade is done. Here's a little bit of our old money. And just to make sure that you get some on the bottom. Start from the back. So, Mr. Abraham, if you're trying to recreate this, I'm gonna use a little bit more pomade just because we can. If you're ever trying to recreate this and your hair's being stubborn since you have such thick, straight, and like rigid hair, on the flip side, somebody like me who's got a lot of curly hair and it gets puffy is I like to get it nice and wet in the morning, get it drenched, slick it back, and then throw it under a ball cap or a beanie, and that way, pulling it out, you know, and then throwing some styling balm in it just to lock it in, it'll be a lot easier to style. Because this doesn't need like a blow dry or anything like that. It just needs to be able to like sit back a little bit easier, and yeah, to kind of avoid that like crazy bed head. Yeah, a beanie will go a long way.
Okay.
You didn't get the puppy that you wanted for Christmas. That's the saddest day of your life.
Hey, I'm Mark. I think that Beardbrand products and the Beardbrand mission, they've really helped me kind of wear my beard and present it to the world in a way that, honestly, for the first time in my life, like, kind of makes me feel kind of handsome. You know, sometimes. But anyway, thanks, guys.